All right, welcome back into another edition of Sports Spotlight. I'm Sports Director Alex Eisman. We got a real friend of the program coming on here to talk about some soccer today. Flint City Bucks president Costa Papista. Costa, it's always great to see you, and always appreciate you making some time for us here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us on.
And so we'll dive right into it. We're in the middle of the college soccer playoffs right now. Still some Bucks alums that are alive in the tournament right now, but a bunch more that were participating. Before we talk about kind of the playoff action, I'm wondering because I know we talked about this a little earlier in the season or at the end of the Bucks season. You know, you going out and getting to some games to see some of the guys play. Just tell me about, which college games you've been able to go to, who you've been able to see in action so far this year.
Well, I personally saw a few University of Michigan and Michigan State games. We've had players on Michigan, and then a lot of our UCLA came in and visited Michigan and Michigan State. Wisconsin visited Michigan this year. So we got to see lots of our key players very close to home. And then, of course, our coaches and scouting staff, they've seen games literally all over the Midwest.
For sure. And so as we get to the playoffs now, I mean, we obviously have to talk about Donovan Phillip and what he's doing for NC State. He had a fantastic season in Flint this summer, and the Wolfpack's still alive, still in contention for a national championship. What is it about him? Like, why is he so as special as he is? And from afar, I guess, just how have you seen him impact this team?
Well, the incredible thing about Donovan is how durable he is. I mean, if fans recall, seeing him play at Atwood Stadium this past summer, regular season playoffs, teams were always all over him, literally, targeting him. Not always in a bad way, but they were very physical with him. But he's incredibly strong and resilient, and he literally did not miss a minute this year. So I would say his durability on top of his incredible skill and speed and ability to finish, it's really been incredible. He literally left when we were knocked out in Seattle right before the final. He literally took all of that momentum right into his college season with North Carolina State.
And he's got the MLS on the horizon for him too. Just how excited has he been about that opportunity, and how excited are you for him, once he eventually gets there?
Well, he has another year of college eligibility. He's a junior at NC State at the moment, so he could potentially play, a senior year and come back to us in Flint, which selfishly we'd love to have him back. But that's going to be up to Colorado in Major League Soccer. They own his rights. They drafted him. And I'm sure they'll be making a decision as soon as the NCAA playoffs are over on whether they will offer him a contract or let him stay in college for one more season.
Okay. All right. Good to know. But yeah, he's been electric this year for sure. I mean, bringing in all the conference awards, everything like that. So that's been really cool to see. Another team still in it that has a plethora of Bucks alums, Akron. I believe 4, right? 4 former Bucks on Akron.
Yeah, we've got four guys playing. They're going to be playing Duke on Sunday. I'm planning on being there. Akron is hosting Duke in the 3rd round on Sunday.
So that's how far of a drive is Akron? Like a couple hours, 3 hours, maybe?
It's like 3.5. It's like Cleveland, basically.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, that's great. That's super convenient to have that. How much have you been following those guys in the Zip season this year?
I've been following all of our guys, and it's fun to see them all post on their social media platforms. We have to say too, Donovan was neck and neck with Palmer Alt at Indiana all year in the NCAA. Palmer, of course, another Flint City Buck, and Palmer just beat him out by 1 goal in the regular season. Palmer had 16 and Donovan had 15. But literally seeing two of our guys, essentially, the top 2 goal scorers across college soccer, has been a ton of fun this fall. And they're both, they're both very highly ranked and top candidates for the Mac Herman Award, which is the soccer equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. So I can't wait to see how that all shakes out at the end of the season.
Yeah, and Palmer was the next guy I was going to ask you about, because the two of them did have such a prolific scoring season, and Palmer, another pretty experienced player. Donovan, obviously durable and great knack for finding the net. Of course, Palmer does too. But what else about him have you been able to see when he was here and since he's been at IU that just makes him a different animal?
Well, he's a very smart and deceptive player, and he's one-on-one. There's no one better. He's always finding ways to beat 1-2 defenders to get to the front of the goal. So he just single-handedly creates amazing opportunities for himself. So Palmer's been a ton of fun to watch. One other interesting fact is Palmer is also has been drafted by Colorado. So these are 2 guys that are both drafted by the same MLS organization, and it's going to be fascinating to see what ends up happening as far as what offers they get from Colorado in Major League Soccer.
Yeah, that would be pretty special if they took the field together at the pro level. This is actually for clarification. This was Wes's first season in Flint, correct? Or no?
No, this was Wes's second. He joined us a little. Wes Carnival at Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah. He came in a little bit later last year. He was recovering from an injury, but he was with us for like most of the second half of our season, and then all of this season.
Okay, so first full season.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, watching him play over this summer, I mean, he seems like he's just so smart with the ball, and just is such a great creator for everyone around him. And I mean, he goes to Cornell. Of course, he's smart. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah, I mean, I guess being able to get an Ivy League school to the NCAA tournament is a pretty big accomplishment in itself. So I guess what were kind of your impressions of him since he's been here in Flint?
Well, Wes, another very smart offensive midfielder. He just made lots of offensive things happen. He's very, very creative, and he was an instrumental player for Cornell. And of course, he was a first-team Ivy League player in the regular season at Cornell. So very gifted player, and I think he's going to be getting some professional offers as well as many of our other guys.
And the last guy that we have to talk about that was in the postseason, Schneider for UCLA. UCLA, obviously a very good soccer program as a whole. What have you been able to? I know because it's kind of out of the way. Is it a little tougher to follow him when he's out in California?
Well, because UCLA is in the Big Ten, we were able to follow him. Mimi had an injury, had a serious knee surgery, so he he wasn't able to join UCLA until, I want to say, their last maybe 7 or 8 regular season games. But every game he played the full 90. And he was an instrumental player with their playoff run and getting him into the tournament. We saw him. We actually brought a bunch of people from Flint to go to Michigan State to watch him play, and Michigan. And in both of those games, you can see he's a key player for UCLA and making Flint City very proud.
Absolutely. And, because I want to ask a little bit about the progress with the U.S. Open Cup, and where we're kind of at from that standpoint. But before we get into that, you have, since you'll be at the Akron game, do you have a score prediction for this Akron matchup?
Well, it's going to be a tough game. They're playing Duke. Duke is a powerhouse, a soccer powerhouse every year. But I'm predicting Akron 1-0 over Duke on Sunday.
Okay. Well, keep an eye on that for sure. And so, yeah, like I said before, getting prepared for the U.S. Open Cup next year. We talked about it. I know when it was announced that you guys would be participating in it, and obviously still early stages. At what phase of prep, I guess, are the Bucks at right now in terms of getting ready for it?
We are right in the middle of it. We've talked to on the player talent side. We've been talking to lots of college coaches, basically the coaches that once the teams are no longer playing in the playoffs, we're talking to those coaches about the players that we're most interested in. We have the opportunity, I think, to bring lots of our key players back for at least the first, maybe second round of the Open Cup, depending on how we do. So, yeah, the recruiting has been in full swing for a while. We've identified basically a depth chart of players in every position that we really want to bring in for this first round game. We know that the first round game is going to most likely happen on March 18th. And we've already submitted our bid to U.S. Soccer and to the Open Cup Committee to host the first round game in Genesee County. And so we're very, very, very excited. Can't wait to find out if we're going to be able to host that first round game and also find out our opponent. And we should learn both of those things at the very latest first week of January.
Oh, awesome! So soon, little over a month, hopefully. That's great. So that's another something to keep an eye on for sure. And I guess with the rest of the way, in terms of when do we know what the roster is going to be? What's kind of the process in terms of what the team is going to look like now moving forward?
I think we'll be really close to having our roster set probably by the end of January, would be my guess. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking to lots of coaches, lots of players, and we're just our staff has done an amazing job. Our coaching staff and our recruiting people who just have these amazing relationships all over the country. We're in it to win it. We are really looking forward to making a really good showing, which is the Bucks tradition, which is really a really nice tradition in U.S. Open Cup.
Absolutely. Well, I am right there with you. I hope the bid works out and we get to cover a game here in Flint. That would be amazing. But that's all I got for you. I appreciate you hopping on and talking about some of the guys who are still in it. Big weekend for the Bucks. A lot of guys playing in action. Akron and NC State still alive. It's the final 8, right? Or is there 16 left?
It's the Sweet 16, and
okay.
we've got Wiley Trujillo. He's playing for Portland.
Oh, okay.
And they play Grand Canyon. So we've got 3 games in the third round that we're watching this weekend.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. And again, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes for us here. It's always great talking to you, and looking forward to get more updates on the tournament and of course on the US Open Cup as well.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.